I'm just about ready to hit the live button. We're ready for another Thursday Night Live. Are you ready? Hi everyone, and I'm so excited to be with you this evening for Thursday Night Live. I know I have some people jumping on here in just a little bit, but my name is Ruth Theresa. I'm a psychic medium here in the Sugar Land, Houston area. So I am doing a live reading this evening. I will answer one question from each person, and I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can this evening. We'll see how it goes. So whenever you're ready to pop on with a question, let me know that you're here. Let me know what your question is. If you are asking, this is the deck of cards, my angel cards that I'll be doing tonight. This is Angels and Saints Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. That's my one for tonight. And if you ask for a card reading, I will pull a card for you. Just ask, make sure that you ask what area, tell me what area of your life to look at. So if that's career or family or relationships, whatever it is, make sure that you ask me in that area. It makes it a little bit easier. So we've got several people on. Let's see, we've got Christy and we've got Charlie, we've got Kaylee and Lori. Hi everybody. I'm so excited to be with you this evening. I do have some information. I went last Thursday, because I wasn't on live, I did a ghost tour at the Galvez and we had an amazing time. And I will be doing that again. I'll be doing that maybe a couple more times, and we're even looking about doing a Psychic 101 class down there and incorporating that with the ghost tour at the same time. So let's see. And then I've got a group reading here in Sugar Land, May 18th in my home from 7 to 10 p.m. So this Saturday, if you're interested, there are tickets still online. It's going to be a small group, which is kind of really nice. Everybody will get lots of questions answered, so that'll be really great. And then if you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, in my newsletter I do an angel card reading, one for each day of the month, and then kind of go from there of what information comes through and what's kind of happening planetarily wise as easily as I can. So Sadie, let me do a card for you for your family. The card I get is forgiveness. And it's one of those, I do feel like there's various levels of forgiveness. It's one of those that is coming through in your family. I think a lot of people can see that from the outside, but it may be a little bit more difficult from the inside to let things go. Don't hang on to things that don't work, and release anything that makes you feel angry. I feel like there's a lot of things in there that would make you feel angry. So Vanessa is asking to pull also a card for her family. So card is slipping out of my hand. So Vanessa, this one is for you. Heaven is watching over you, and this is from your guardian angels, and it's one of my favorite cards out of this deck. I really love this deck. So this is Heaven is watching over you. So I know that you've been asking for many prayers to be answered, Vanessa. I kind of feel that. It's one of those, I would say, know that they're being answered and they're being done in the correct order, even though they may be out of order from what you've asked. Kylie is asking for a card for her career. And the card I get for you is from your guardian angel, and this is the vision card. And it's one of those, what would you like? If you could dream into your career, what would you want that to look like? What would you want that career to look like? What hours would you like to work? What money would you like to make? Where would you like to go with this? So make sure things are coming at you from different sides, but make sure that your answers, your prayers are being answered. Make sure that your vision is coming true. Tanya wants to know, Ruth, I'm having a knee scope tomorrow morning. Tanya, is that your left knee? maybe you can reply a little bit later. I do feel like it'll be okay, but I feel like there's also some stuck energy in your left knee, so I'm not sure if that's the knee you're having scoped or if there's something else. Lori, please pull a card for me for husband career. They come in with the peaceful card. It's one of those, it is already in the works. You may not have seen it yet, but it's coming in. And this one at the bottom, it says the Holy Spirit. So it's one of those, have some peace in there that the answers are already coming in. And I think we did a card for you 2 weeks ago when I was on. Make sure that you do not compromise in that area. They're showing me that one more time. Hi, Miss Tony, Miss Jessica. Let's see. Hi, Ruth. Jessica, I don't feel like the surgery that your doctor is suggesting is going to help. I feel like it's something more to do with your spine or some other issues in there. I do feel like it'll help, like very, very little, you know, like a 10%. It's not gonna help alleviate the pain that you're going through. Let's see. Janelle is asking her angel card for her family. Lots of people asking about family today. Family. And so the card I get for you, Janelle, is speak your truth. It's one of those, I feel like you've been withholding, kind of making the comments that you really think you need to say, or the things that you really wanted to say and you really haven't. So make sure that you're speaking your truth when you're dealing with your family. Tony is asking for a relationship card. Okay, the card I get is be brave. It's one of those, I have seen you, Tony, go through some amazing things. Be brave enough to know that this is love being handed to you. That's what I get for you. Be brave. It's one of those, to be in a relationship can be scary at times and it can be very wonderful at times, but know that you are meant to be brave in this relationship. Let's see, Jade is asking... So Jade is asking, is the relationship between R and I a healthy friendship? I really feel like it's, as a friendship, it's okay. If it goes beyond that in any way, shape, or form, it's not healthy. It's not meant to be a relationship super long term, and it's only meant to be a friendship. So I want you to understand that that's coming. Let's see, Christy, can you tell me where I'll meet my next special guy? It's one of those, I kind of feel like you're going to kind of bump into him in a store or something like that when you're out and about. Kind of just, he may ask you about something and you start chit-chatting and talking and that sort of thing. So I do feel like there is some change in that. And I do feel like, Chrissy, this is something that's coming to you in the next couple of weeks. It's one of those, there is some changes coming in your relationships really soon. I would also ask you to get really clear about what you're asking for in this next guy. So Charlie's asking, what else is she allergic to that I haven't already given up? I get bread, but I kind of feel more like it's the flour. There's something component in that, and it may be the type of bread that you're using. I don't feel like it's all bread. I feel like it's the type of bread that you're using. So I feel like there is some stuff in there that's not healthy for you. I would also be very cautious about some seeds that are in some of the bread that you've been doing. So be careful with that. Shelly comes across and says, can you tell me who's my guardian angel? Right now, Shelly, your guardian angel is Archangel Michael, and he's stepping forward to give you some extra strength and protection at this time. Hey, Ruth, how is my current crush here in the long run? I don't feel like it'll make the long haul. I kind of feel like it's going to go about halfway. It's one of those before it starts to just fall apart. So know that that's kind of on its way out. Katie, let's see, Jade is, I think I already answered one from Jade. So I try to be very clear, guys. One question per night. That's it. I know. It's so I can get to more people. Karen is asking, can you tell me what messages my mother has for me? Your mother, Karen, is telling me to get ready for guests. I feel like there may be some unexpected guests coming. I do feel like this is something that's been happening for a while. It's been in movement. But I do feel like there is some challenges in that, and there's some things that will be healed and brought forward during that time frame. Jax is asking, is there a chance pull a card for my family? I sure can, Jax. So what I get is you are a leader. So it's one of those, I feel like at times you feel like you aren't the leader, that you're kind of following behind other people, but I want you to understand that you are the leader in your family, and you've got to get on track of what you're desiring to bring into your family. Hi, Miss Courtney. Tanya, you're right. I would also say before you do the surgery that I would do a salt tub tonight, and especially because you're doing stuff on your right knee, your left knee is going to take a lot of pressure for a while. So it's one of those, I want you to understand you've got to clear out a lot of energy stuff in your left knee before it puts this all, you know what I'm saying, kind of like you're on crutches and wheelchairs and that sort of thing, will put a lot of extra pressure on there. Paulette is, will we get a new job? I kind of feel like the beginning, Paulette, I do feel like you'll get a new job the beginning of June. Get really clear about the job that you're wanting and you're really asking for. Hi, Miss Jasmine. Okay. Jasmine, I don't see a baby coming into you this year. I do feel like there's a baby coming. Like, I feel like you'll get pregnant this year, but I feel like the baby would come in 2020. 220 and not, so I do feel like that's some changes that are coming in for you. Tyrone is asking, do you sense when it's coming? Tyrone, I do. It's one of those, I feel like there's a lot of abundance out there, but I would say that there's some tweaking maybe with the online stuff that you need to do, or some few more changes that need to happen before that completely starts coming in at you. So I do feel like there are some changes to be made, but there is a lot of money to be made also. Martha is saying, is asking, is her youngest son going to have surgery? I don't feel like surgery is necessary. I do feel like it's being talked about a lot, but I don't feel like it's going to be absolutely necessary. But it's something that's really important. To understand that it's really serious what he's going through, but I do feel like he'll be okay. So Janelle, you're very welcome. And if I do a reading for you guys, I would love for you to stop in on my website, on my Facebook page, and leave me a review anytime. I love the reviews. I love hearing about it, and I love sharing. I love when y'all invite guests. Next week when we're on, if you invite a guest, I'm going to put your name and their name into a bucket, and I'm going to be giving away $50 in free products next week. So if you invite a friend to join us online, both of your names go in there, and it could go to either one of you. But I do need, when you show up, I need your friend to say so-and-so referred me, and if they get their question answered or not, that doesn't make a difference. I just need to know that you invited them. So that'll be next week, and that'll be $50 in free product. Karen is asking, do you think I'll ever find love? Karen, I do feel like you'll find love, but I kind of feel like, and one of my clients said this to me a long time ago, I kind of feel like my picker's broken. Your picker's kind of broken. When you pick people, you pick people that are broken, that are going through something, to kind of like, you enjoy kind of the fixing up part of that. But then when they rely on you for everything, you get overwhelmed and get tired. So it's one of those, it wears you out. So it's like you pick them because they're broken, and then you get worn out and overloaded by it at the same time. So just so you know that it's one of those, you're kind of doing it to yourself, but understand that you can change this. You can change the person you're picking, okay? Let's see. Courtney is asking, an angel card in relationships. Going the wrong direction, and it's this one. I get do not compromise. Very important card. Figure out what you want in life and don't substitute for anything else. Make sure that you don't compromise, especially in relationships. Hi, Miss Joy. Jax, you're very welcome. If you want to leave me a review on my Facebook page, that would be awesome. Myra is coming in. I'm in a search for a new job. How soon will I find it? I kind of feel, Myra, for you, that new job coming in around June, the middle of June, kind of that June 10th, June 15th part. Get really clear about the kind of position you want, the salary you want, the hours you want to work. So make sure that it's something that really works for you. You're very welcome, Tyrone. Leave me a review if you haven't already. Okay, let's see. Chad is asking for a card and family. And for you, I get be brave. There are some changes, some major changes coming in your family, and they're going to rely on you, and you have to be brave. It may not mean that you have all the answers. What it's saying is you have brave enough to ask the hard questions, brave enough to pull the family through this. It doesn't mean that you're not afraid or concerned about what else is going on. May 9th, I did a ghost tour at the Galvez, and I had an amazing time. The Galvez Hotel and I are in negotiation of doing some other events there, so we're really excited about that. We possibly may be doing a ghost tour with me there, and then we may also do some other events going along with that, so we're really excited about that. Anybody, if I've answered your question this evening, make sure that you leave me a review on my Facebook page. I also have a group reading. This is my last one for the springtime until we get into the fall. This will be May 18th. It'll be this Saturday here at my home in Sugar Land, Texas, from 7 to 10 p.m. This will be a small group reading, which I kind of like that energy. Is going to be nice and small, so it'll be just a few guests. It means everybody will get lots of questions answered, so that's something that's coming up. And then if you have not signed up for my newsletter, make sure that you do that. I have a newsletter that I do work on. I'm already working on June's newsletter and kind of what's coming out. I want you to understand that this is something really powerful. A lot of my clients would freak out if I didn't do it. It's one of those, it gives them an angel card reading. It tells you what the planets are doing and how the energy is working, if there's anything that you can do to make this a little bit easier. So it's one of those, I guarantee it's a really good one. You can go to my website at OneInspiringWoman.com, and at the very bottom of the first page is the newsletter sign up. So Shelley is asking, does Jessica require a new or different kind of doctor? I do feel like she needs a specialized doctor. I do feel like there's one close by that would be able to support her through this. But it's one of those, she does need a different kind of doctor. She has for a while. This is something that would help clear her mind, get them on the same page, and be able to get this really negative energy cleared out for her. Oh, tickets. Rain is asking the tickets for the group reading. It's $50 a person. It's a 3-hour event from 7 to 10. Like I said, there's probably going to be about 6 people here, so we're going to be in my office. But it's going to be a small group reading, and so that'll be something really fun. And there will be a lot of questions, a lot of time for questions, so that'll be a really fun one. Okay, any messages tonight? Shar, okay, for me tonight. I do feel, Char, that kind of the question the answer that's coming forward for you is to hold on. There are some changes being made, but you're going to have to wait for them, and you need to get really, really, really clear about what you do want and what you don't want, because I feel like right now it's kind of like, not that you don't want healing or you don't want something, it's one of those you're kind of going back and forth of how you want this to happen. So make sure that you've It's one of those things are changing in that area. So know that that's happening. Rain is asking, fertility is, I do feel like Rain, the baby is on its way. So I do feel like there is a baby on the way. I do feel like there are some changes that are coming in there. And I do feel like you need to take it easy and allow the baby to come in when the baby's ready. It's one of those when they kind of take a little bit of time like this, it means that they're kind of picking when they're born in dates. Chelsea is asking, let's see, Chelsea is asking, do I have any angel messages for you? The first angel message that comes in for Chelsea is that there are some changes coming in the family, and it's one of those, make sure that you know your mind, make sure that you know what you're asking for in your prayers. But I do feel like there's some changes coming in your family circle of influence. There are some changes coming in there, and I kind of feel like it's with some relationships, not necessarily one that you've had, but ones that influence you. Maybe your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, some changes coming in there that are gonna make some changes. Let's see, Sarah comes in. Sarah's asking, let's see, any angel messages for you, Sarah. One of the things I get is to pull a card, and the card I'm pulling for you is stress management. It's one of those, there is some stress management techniques and things that you need to really work on. I'm trying to get it so it didn't have a glare on it from the lights. It's one of those, there's some stress management things that you need to deal with or some learn tonight, and that's really what they're asking you to do, is learn some strategic things that will calm you down, not that it calm everybody else down, but will calm you down and help you get into this a little bit easier, because you're kind of almost afraid to make changes at this point. So be very careful about that. Let's see, Melinda is coming through with Melinda, I would say the name Amy is a name that you've had in a couple of past lives. And so it's a name that kind of pops out to you every time you see it. You're reminded of those past lives. It's one of those, there is some amazing energy out there with that name. So it's one of those, you've had some amazing lives in there. So it's just something amazing coming back at you. Shelly, I am coming back to Arizona. I'm hoping to do that sometime late this fall. I'm hoping sometime in October. That worked out really well last year, so I'm really hoping kind of like the middle of October, this time frame. I'll know more in probably the next couple months when I get the school district stuff out there, so I know, because I have a lot of clients that are teachers out there, and so I hate to pick things or pick dates when they're not going to be available, but I will be out there, and I will announce that as soon as I get some dates available, and we will start booking for group readings and classes, other events out in Arizona. Mesa, Arizona is where I love to go. Let's see, Lizzie is asking for let's see, an angel card in work. The card I pull is steady progress. There is some upward mobility, but I do feel like it's not been as fast, and I do feel like there may be a change in companies or a change in office locations for you, Lizzie, that's going to be coming in to kind of affect you also. Tammy is asking, will her foster child be staying with her or going back to her parents? I do feel like she'll go back to her parents. I do feel like they're kind of straightening up their act, but I don't feel like it may be completely all that permanent. It's one of those, they're still trying to make those changes, and they're trying to make them really fast. So I'm hoping that they're, if this is a good match for the child, that this is something that changes, and if not, I hope she stays with you, Miss Tammy, because you just love her. Let's see. Alec is asking what's going to happen in my career choices. Alex, what I get for you is a fork that has many spikes in it, so lots of choices being handed to you right now. It's one of those, I know that it's not an easy one for you, but I do feel like heaven is watching over you. There's not really a horrible choice. There's kind of like better, best kind of things. So it's one of those, find out that, so making those changes, there's not a bad one, but there are some changes that have higher information. If you wanted more details, that would be something that we would need to do in a private reading. Julie is asking, will I ever find real love with respect and trust? Julie, I would say that it's in the cards for you, but like I said, like I'm going to tell you, is there is kind of the people that you pick them for the wrong reasons, and then you picking them just aggravates the situation. It doesn't make it better. It's one of those. I would say you need to do some work on yourself, but also maybe some past life regressions. And if you're interested, I would love to help you with that. At the same time, I want you to understand that these are the choices that you're making. It's one of those, all you have to do is change what your decision making is or how you're choosing people, and it will change your outcome. Stormy, oh, hi, Miss Stormy. I was hiding from you on the internet. Stacy, would you pull a card in love for me? Love for you. Oh, she wants me to pull whatever speaks to me. Okay. Read that one wrong, Miss Stacy. Read that one wrong. This is the card that's leaping out for you, and it's underneath everybody else. Stacy, vision. You are a super visual person, and I would say you need to make up some mini vision boards for yourself, maybe in different areas, kind of love, family, career, whatever that is. And they don't have to be any bigger than index cards. They don't have to be huge. I want you to understand that this is what's coming to you, but it's one of those, keep your vision board in front of you. Keep that visual going in front of you. You're very welcome, Melinda. I'm glad you got to join me this evening. If you haven't already left me a review, please leave me a review on my Facebook page. I love those. Rosie's asking, can you pull an angel card for my family? This one is for your family, Miss Rosie. I get confidence. I did get it for a second. Confidence is coming in, and this starts with you, Rosie. There are a lot of people that stand up and act like they're about to make a decision or a choice in your family, and then they fall flat, and you need to have the confidence to step forward and take over that. So make sure that you did that. Let's see. Stormy, a relationship card. Relationships. Okay, I get speak your truth. There is a lot of things that you put up with in relationships that you really shouldn't have to. But a lot of times when you could say something or should say something, you don't. And so that only makes it worse. It's one of those, because then you never speak up. And then when you finally do, they're kind of like, wait, you're complaining about this. I have just a few minutes left, guys. Alec, you're very welcome. Rosie, I just pulled a relation. Is there? For my loved ones. Jennifer, you have two loved ones that are stepping forward. One is an older gentleman, kind of stocky build, that's stepping forward. And he's stepping forward to tell you that he loves you. And he's very proud of you. So I feel like that's kind of two of the messages. He's also telling me that you're not feeling supported at this time. And he says, honey, I'm loving you. I'm giving you all the support I can. So he's right there with you. Let's see. Okay, we're right at time. Okay, so we're good. So I'm so thankful y'all are with me this evening. I do have the group reading this Saturday, May 18th, 2019 at my home in Sugar Land, Texas. If you're interested, the tickets are $50 a person. It's a 3-hour reading and we're going to have a small group, so that's going to be a really great thing. Also, if you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, I'm working on June, so you can sign up on going to my website at OneInspiringWoman.com. At the very bottom of the first page is where you would sign up. And know that there's some new information that we'll be getting to you in the next couple of weeks about the Galvez, about my trip out to Arizona this fall, and some other group readings and some other classes that are coming up. So I am very thankful that you're here. I'm very thankful that you showed up, and I'm so happy to be of service to each and every one of you. Y'all have an amazing night.